And that was the way it ended. And here we have him. We spoke to you earlier, of course.
Yes.
You've got yourself a place in London. First and foremost, that was the priority, right?
Yeah, that was the priority.
Yeah, you've done that. You've got a chance now to get yourself some more money as well. And how important do you think it is to win this match and sort of send out a message, not just to your opponents here, but to the people waiting for you in London, that you not only won your console, but you won the whole thing?
Yeah, I want to explain that I'm not the guy we saw in Munich, because in Munich I just did 1 point in the group. So I just want to go there and explain that I'm not the little guy, the poor guy who lost there, and I want to win there.
Definitely, it's a very good performance there against
Thank
Team
you.
Lacquer. Well done. Let's talk to your opponent here, Expectsporting. What do you know about your finalists you're going up against here? Have you guys ever played each other before?
No.
It's going to be your first time?
Yes.
Wow. Have you got a particular strategy? I know you can hear what you're saying. You're going to want to keep it quite close to your chest, but are you feeling confident going into this match?
Yeah, I'm feeling very, very confident.
You scored plenty of goals today. Probably, I would say maybe the most goals of anyone, I think. Is that your tactic, is just score more goals than the opposition? Attack over defence?
Well, my attack is just very, very good. Yeah, so I just tried to do the driven pass and L2 R2.
Yeah, it works very well for you. And what would you say your main strengths are?
I don't know how to play with them. Well, like I said earlier, I'm adapting to who I'm playing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to adapt to what the style he would play, and I will see what is going on.
It's worked very well for you so far, obviously. How did you adapt for Team Lacquer? What did you do differently?
You know, when I adapt to someone, I do it unconsciously.
Yeah.
I think this is it. Because there is player that attack fast, there is player that attack slowly. So I got a bit different between those players. And Team Lacquer is a player. We don't know how he attack. There is a Sometimes he attacks fastly with his two players, Ronaldo and Suarez, and other attacks he just keep the possession and he's around my cage.
Yeah, you did very well. You should be very happy, but the big game still to come.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done, boys. Now, we need to find out which console we're going to start on first, and the way we do that is a coin toss. Spencer has the coin. He's taken the responsibility of flipping it now. So heads is Xbox and tails is PlayStation.
OK, ready? Ready. Heads is what?
Xbox.
It's tails.
Oh, PlayStation, there we go.
Just to
So we'll
verify that,
start
tails.
on the PlayStation.
Happy with that?
Which also means, and we have to explain this, that if it should go to a third game, that will be on the PlayStation. So, yeah, that's how you all know about it now. Now, listen, let's have a little look at the semi-finals and how they panned out, because it was rather exciting, actually. It's been exciting all day. Boys, thank you very much. We'll see you in the final. Spencer, let's have a look at these shots, because it's quite some games there. Some comebacks, some tears almost, some celebration, a lot of that, especially if you're Rafsou's mate.
And those last games were the games you really didn't want to lose. If you lose that, you miss out on the spot to London. So it's commiserations to the guys who've lost, obviously Lacquer and Chris, but we've got two very good finalists. It's difficult to tell between them because they've been playing on different consoles against different opponents, OK? But if you're looking at who's dominated their games the most and who's looked the most convincing in victory, you'd have to say it's Expects. He's really done well. Can Rafsou win? Of course he can. Of course he can. But I think we could see a PlayStation victory here.
How difficult is it to switch over, and how much practice do you have to put in on the opposite console that isn't the one you normally play on?
I mean, the controller's slightly different size controller, obviously. The buttons are more or less the same, and then more or less the same positions on the controller. I'd say it really is going to come down to how well you can win on your home console. But then also, you know, some of these guys might have grown up playing on the other console. They might have clocked in hundreds of hours, thousands of hours on the other console. Some of them have never picked up the other controller before. It makes a big difference. But I do feel like a lot of it's mental as well. If you're strong enough that you can back yourself, so your actual FIFA skills, your hand-eye coordination, that doesn't leave when you switch console. The big thing to really think about is actually the team differences, because there's no legends on PlayStation. So the guys who've been playing on Xbox have to go to PlayStation, they have to change their team. But the PlayStation guys moving across to Xbox can keep the same team if they want, or they can add legends in.
Interesting. Right, it's time to find out exactly who will be our first ever champion of the FIFA Interactive Club World Cup. Hand you over to our commentary team, who have been going since 9 AM also. Boys, over to you.
Thank you very much. Yes, well, I can't say this has been grueling. This has been fantastic, Brandon. We are into the big grand final. It is PlayStation versus Xbox. Who is going to come out on top, of course? We just heard that Xbox is going to be first, and then it will be PlayStation, and possibly, if we would need it, we'd go to a golden goal on PlayStation. Let's get the rules on your screen here. You can see the final showdown format. It is, of course, the winner of the PlayStation versus the winner of the Xbox. Some fantastic games throughout the day, but it's Expectsporting coming from the PlayStation side, and of course we just saw the winner there on the Xbox. Brandon, where do you see this one going? Of course, we can talk about the rules. It is home and away.
It's an interesting one.
Just to iterate to you guys at home, home basically means the PlayStation player, he plays in the PlayStation, that's his home. Xbox player plays an Xbox, that's his home. Obviously, you know, all know football. You guys are watching right now. We're here in the Sky Sports studio. If anyone doesn't know football by now, you don't understand the away goals rule, which may or may not be gone in the future. Who knows? But anyway, here in FIFA land, it counts.
So let's talk about the rules. What you know, it's come into play recently, more in the Foot Champs. We've seen it, the whole console final. That, you know, is it? How important is the coin toss at the beginning? Is it important that you start on your home? Is it important you go away? Because we've seen so many different situations. We've seen Principe and Gorilla at it. We've seen...
I think it's Sean Allen and Abdulaziz Al Shuri. That was the year before. Mohamed Al Bakr. That was that a mind games choice? I don't know. Sean Allen chose to go on the away console first after winning that toss. Starting out on the Xbox, obviously, Rafsou's going to be thinking, I need to win this. I need to win this big. Because he's been, I assume, keeping an eye on the PlayStation side, which is actually something interesting we should talk about. How much these guys actually know about each other? Because they're on opposite consoles. They wouldn't have been looking at each other in the tournament. They wouldn't have been eyeing each other up until they reached the semi-finals thinking, hang on a minute, this guy just beat Aga 6-1. It's someone you've got to be looking at.
Worried, yeah. For me, the main difference is Legends. Okay, Legends are Legends, fantastic rated players. And the other hand, just controller size, really. I don't think there's any more to it than that.
Last year, that's going to count, by the way. Icons coming in are going to be on both PlayStation and Xbox and PC, I should mention as well.
That excuse can go out the window. It's mainly just controller size. I think that's the big players. Because you used to... The Xbox controller is a little bit more chunkier, isn't it? And you can...
Well, and honestly, it can be down to your hand size. If you've got big hands, you want to be using the Xbox. You want to be using the Xbox controller, you know, obviously like that. If you go on the PlayStation, often, and you just see in the little wipe of hands there, you can see just rubbing hands, warming them up. But also, you get little sweaty hands on that PlayStation controller. You can slip off. You can slip off, and suddenly, if you're making a run, and you're like, there's one little chance at goal, and your hand slips,
it could be the difference between...
Could cost you.
$5,000 or $10,000. It's going to be an interesting one. It's a two-legged game. PlayStation first, so the home side of things for Expert. Sorry, you've got his name.
I can point out actually while we're talking about controllers. Now, I know it was available in FUT Champions. I assume it would be the same rules here. There is actually an Xbox controller size and style that you can get for the PlayStation. How deep have these players gone?
That's interesting.
Something they need to be looking at in the future, because these are going to happen time and time again. Maybe they want to start getting the console controller, but who knows? Here we go. You can see them, hear them. They're setting up their teams. What are we expecting from these, Brandon? Are we going to see something different, of course? We've seen Expectsporting desperately rubbing his hands. I know whether he's got a sweaty hand issue or whether he's just really cold maybe in the studio. It's one or the other.
I think what's going to be interesting here is Rafsou. Okay, he's coming onto an away console there. He can't use Legends. He's had to build his team after winning that final. I think he might have done it in the semi-final as well, just in case he was going to be at this point, which he is now. So he's built his team. There won't be Legends involved, but they'll have to find alternatives. And Iron Golem could be in there.
Is it? Yeah, exactly. I mean, is it as much a disadvantage as it maybe was a couple of months ago? Now we've got the Player of the Season cards out there. You've got your Kante, who could easily replace Hullet. You know, you start looking at those cards. Obviously, if you look maybe months down the line when we were back doing FUT Champions, it was a problem then.
I think it was more frowned upon back then because these big cards weren't in the game. The 97s, the 98, the 99 cards. And it was, you know, a bit of a challenge when you come up against Pelés and Hullets and Rio Ferdinands back then. But with all the updates now, all the new cards, I think it's pretty fair. But this is going to be the home leg first for, as he's known in the scene, Marcuzzo, a.k.a. Expectsporting, a big 4-2 win in that console final. Remember, this is the the cross-console final, you could say, the final showdown. $10,000 up for grabs. Both of these players are in London for the big grand final. But there's a little bit more to play for before they get there.
Yeah, it did actually confuse me when I saw Expectsporting. I was like, who the heck is that? And I was like, oh, it's Marcuso. Oh, okay. Why is he not using that name? I don't know. It's the name I know.
It's interesting because in Munich, he was known as Marcuso. So
yeah. I don't know. Whatever. I guess he's maybe switching it up either way. But so far, it is Bromby up against Lyon, who would have called that in the first FIFA Interactive Club World Finals. Let's see who's going to take it. It is Aggregate, of course. Once again.
Yes, it is.
That's a straight-up block. Now, interesting out there. I'd like to see if we can a replay of it. I want to know whether that was AI controlled or whether that was player controlled. I reckon it was AI controlled.
I don't know, he may have jammed the circle button.
The reason I mentioned that because I was just talking to Chris outside. The penalty went away.
Oh, Suarez! If that's a horrible way to put a penalty against you. Into the roof of the net. Suarez takes the lead.
He stood still as well. He stood still. Just straight over the top of him. So the keeper's in the right place, but you don't see it.
He didn't flick the stick up,
as Andy Ray would say, you don't see it, balls.
And there we go. It's only taken 7 minutes, Lee, but the deadlock's been broken, but for the man on the away console. Rafsou with the goal. An interesting penalty, you could say. We've seen a few of them today. But that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Throwing the ball out there now. Suarez getting forward, of course. If you've just joined us, Expectsporting, he's playing in the blue from left to right. And Rafsou playing in Olympique Lyon. Or Lyonnais, I guess technically you should say they use the correct name. In the white. What are they going to do? No Lacazette for them this year. Interesting to see how they
Tolisso as well.
Handle it.
Yeah.
Some big players lost there. A lot of money gained as well.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm sure they'll
invest it.
Replenish it. Ball through. Azpilicueta cutting it out just at the last little flick back from Suarez, and the return muscled off him by David Luiz.
For some reason we see a lot of players go to the away console. They're kind of fearless there.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know if it's just a case of, I've got nothing to lose here. He's going to be thinking he's a bit more comfortable. Go out there and say, no, he's not. This is just a game of FIFA. It's on both sides. Okay, the controller's a bit different. If I press the button at the right time still, I've got every right of scoring a goal. It's that simple.
Yeah, as long as you get the key configuration the same as you used to, it's just a bit
it's going to be a killable. Messi there, just trying to get on the end of that one. Only as far as the edge of the box there, and Kante will just head that one out.
I would say probably the only other thing I can think of is the bumper buttons, maybe, because it's a bigger controller if you're used to the PlayStation. A little larger, maybe you're going to be hitting across both with the same finger, maybe. It depends how you play. Obviously, a lot of people play very different grips with controllers. It depends whether they claw it or not, how they play it. Obviously, you see a lot of people using the hook finger effectively around the...
You often see a lot of those analog bumpers as well.
There's some very different control handles. Handles? It's not the word I'm after. It's not the word I'm after at all. But either way, people do use controller. Consoles, very different. So,
Suarez
with an early goal, with the penalty, is this the perfect start you could hope for 23 minutes in?
It is, but it's what you do after you get that first goal. You need to build on it, and he hasn't done it for me. He's kind of sat back. Yes, he's had a lot of possession, but he hasn't really done too much as of yet with it.
We haven't seen a great other Neymar today, actually, have we? Despite all the baloo about him, it's been basically Messi.
Oh, chance for 2-0, surely. There's Neymar for you.
Let's go! And there he
goes. That's 2-0.
Well, speak and he shall deliver. Rafsou on the away goals. 2-0 up early on. This is a great start for him.
Unbelievable start. Reminds me of Principe a little bit. Fearless when against Gorilla. Way back in Madrid, I believe, in Season 2 of the FUT Champions. And that's what we saw. We saw a lot of this kind of mixed console. Players going away, I've said it already. They're fearless for some reason. And this is interesting because, if I think correctly, Expectsporting hasn't lost a game at all over the course. He was unbeaten in the groups, and then of course he was unbeaten in the semi-final. Then he's won his console final. He could lose his first leg here.
He could. We'll see whether he brings a comeback. It's still early days, 30 minutes gone, but this is all looking very good for Rafsou. And it's something I should point out, and I will point out. Xbox has dominated PlayStation throughout FUT Champions and FIWC regionals. It's been very strong for the Xbox players. And that's actually something that obviously developed basically down to the Legends, I guess, coming out, what, 2-3 years ago now, was it? Something like that. Over the years, a lot of pro players migrated from PlayStation over to Xbox.
Because, you know, I even did it myself as a casual player. A lot of people went over to the Xbox scene because they thought,
well, that's
competitive
why Xbox did it.
Yeah, because competitive FIFA, I thought was more going on the rise over on the Xbox scene. But fantastic from, you know, FIFA through FIFA 18, saying icons will be on both consoles now, and
PC.
It makes sense.
And PC. As a PC player, I've got to keep throwing it in there. We count, honest, please. Give us a tournament.
Oh, can you get on the end of that one? Oof. Is it? I feel like a point of this could be Rafsou's just come out of a game.
Yeah.
The difference is maybe a half an hour break on top.
Yeah.
Is he gone a little bit cold? He's warming up his hands, Expectsporting, but you know he's going to be a bit fresher Olympically on Rafsou. I feel like that's going to be a key element in this.
See whether it carries on through. Obviously, a lot of gameplay to go here. It's 2 legs, 24 minutes total. Obviously, 90 minutes each side, and then you could even get the golden goal to go on after that if it was to be a draw. But at the moment, it's not looking likely with the 2 early goals from Rafsou. Attack from Expectsporting. We haven't seen really any shots from him so far. Pogba works it through. There's a big chance. He gets to Ronaldo, cuts it back. Oh, he's
David Luiz, vital interception.
Should he have gone for the shot with Ronaldo there?
I think he should have. He's overcomplicated it. He's overcomplicated it. Take a chance. Take a risk, because for me, he hasn't really created anything or had any shots. Have a shot. You don't shoot. You don't score. Simple. Here comes Messi now. Ronaldo. Suarez. Surely back to Suarez. Why has he got one more? Surely Suarez now.
About 5 touches too many, but he finally got the shot off that he needed.
It was like Ronaldo to Suarez, now to Suarez. So Suarez, have a shot.
It's a 1-2, but it's a 5-6-7, I think, more than anything. But just before half-time, a little lifeline goes out from Expectsporting. And I would say that's probably the first nervous face we've seen from him so far. He does not look as confident as he has done throughout the day. He was certainly very tense against Chris. But here, Rafsou, face of concentration, 2-1 up. I don't think we're going to be hanging around too long here at half-time.
That's the basic change. I think that's Thiago. That's the goals from the first half of play.
He was selected.
He was selected then. Here comes the penalty there. Suarez roof of the net. De Gea just stood there in the end.
Such a good penalty. I mean, that's confident, because if you just held that down for a touch longer, that's going over.
And then it got even better for Rafsou. There was Neymar after you were talking about him. He came and got a goal. And he did concede one, though.
Ironically, playing for a French team.
Yeah.
We'll be doing it next year.
That was the 1, 2, 6, 7.
1, 2, 3,
and then
4,
Suarez.
in the end.
That was the first half of the first leg. So 3 goals already, which is fantastic. See, Bale's going to come on for Expectsporting.
Oh no, ultra defensive. Okay, now defensive. Make your mind up. Which one are you going? It's going deep on the defense either way. And why not, actually? Say Messi off for Bale. That's a really interesting change. Thiago on once again. So this is something Expectsporting's been doing fairly consistently, bringing Thiago on for Modric.
The 95 rated card, which is a superb card for a lot of players to use. And it's interesting. I like to see changes, because when something doesn't work for you, you need to make changes. And you can just see, you said about, you know, the hand size of these players. It looks like he's pretty content on that PlayStation control. You can just see in the left bottom corner that's just come off.
I thought he was going to click the start button a few times there, the way he was flicking down. It's totally possible, because it is a lot smaller.
50 minutes just gone on the clock here, and too long left. 14 game minutes left. 2-1 the score for the man on the away console. And he's got to go back to his home console, and it'll be interesting to see how Expectsporting can go and deliver over there.
Some tricky tight passing here from...
Got to be brave playing it around in those areas.
Especially across his back 4 there, but Marcelo's got ahead of this play. I think I'd have run in a bit more with Marcelo than myself, but what do I know? I'm no pro. Suarez to Ronaldo. Suarez makes the run. There's the AI.
Oh, surely.
He's got an open shot. Gets into that brilliantly. Oh, he does everything. He's penalty.
Yes! Red card. Surely not. Let him off. Let him off. Or is he, he's not going to go in the book. He's not going to go in the book.
You very rarely get a red card in FIFA. I don't think it's going to be a card. Yeah, it's not even a card. Yeah. So, we saw him take one perfect penalty with Suarez. Can he make another? Places it to the side brilliantly. It's 3-1. 3 big away goals for Rafsou. Expectsporting has a challenge ahead of him.
Just cool and composed finish there. That's what it had to be. Because, yes, you scored 2 penalty goals, but those goals could go a very long way in this second leg. So far. There's Luis Suarez there, just going back to the half. Some say best finisher in the game. For me, he's up there. 98 rated card. And now it's a bit of a mountain to climb again, but this could be a chance straight away. It just gets delayed back there, just pulled back a little bit. We'll get away with that one as De Gea will collect.
Can't push through 3 people, unfortunately. Can we see a hat-trick? A penalty is a massive mistake there. Suarez crossed the Bale. Arguably, Suarez maybe could have shaped himself for a shot there himself, but Ronaldo, he's got one on the wing, going to Neymar. It's a weak pass. He wanted to get the return ball to give and go. Wasn't to be. Ronaldo through for Suarez, this time for Expectsporting. Not able to make it work out as Messi squirrels it through. Ronaldo back to Suarez. Neymar down the right. Ronaldo above.
He had to go left there. He had to go the other way. I don't know why. Some players will say he was caught in 2 minds. He had 2 running options, but the AI defensive worked well for him. Quick free kick surely will be played. Thiago into Ronaldo. Bale. Lovely little skill pass there, but it's just going to be defended well.
At the back heel for Thiago. Would have put him through. Clean and goal. Suarez been muscled off the ball there unfairly. So, 64 minutes gone. Changes for Expectsporting. Neymar coming on for Suarez.
Still keeping the 4-1-2-1-2, a very popular formation for a lot of pros. I think that's the second variation.
Keeping him as cam. Keeping Neymar as cam.
This is where it's interesting, where the subs can, beat a tired Rio. Not Rio Ferdinand, on the Xbox maybe. A tired Sergio Ramos to the ball, and Antonio Valencia, the Carl Walker. And here, this could be the perfect opportunity of that if Neymar does join this attack. Ronaldo. Surely, there's Neymar running through if you can find him. Ronaldo there just tried to delay the ball, but it's going to be intercepted, and this is the perfect time to counter-attack.
Yeah, he's got players forward, 3-on-2. Lacazette piling in. Former Lyon player. Can he get the goal? Set up perfectly for his man, Rafsou. Just has to cut it back. It's surely a penalty. No,
I think he was looking for it there.
On him there. Yeah, that was a tricky one. I think.
It's going to be a killable down the other end now. Ronaldo, just push off Ramos if he can. Lovely turn, lovely showboat. Feed it one more. Neymar, can he get a goal?
Yeah,
there we go.
There's the comeback he needed. From one end, Lacazette looking for the penalty. He goes right back up. And Gareth Bale for Expectsporting opens this game right back up at 3-2.
That's a perfect example of a counter-attack there for you. You can have one chance down one end, but it's pretty simple at this level. You commit so many players forward that you lose possession, you're in trouble for a counter-attack. And with the instructions, the little details that the players do, they would have said to him, get forward, stay forward, because when I get the ball, I'm going to be looking for you up the field, and he's done it perfectly there.
Park the bus coming out there from, I think it was Expectsporting, wasn't it?
It's interesting, he's got quite defensive from the second half.
Yeah, well, so this is what he did against Danny when he was 2-0 down. He went, he parked the bus, got himself 1 goal, and then pulled another one back. So maybe he's the counter-attacking style works better for him.
Is this the sucking in?
Yeah.
Says, come on,
I mean, that's what he just did there.
Come to me, and I can take the hits, and then I'll go and counter-attack you.
Well, it seems to be working out well, and maybe that's just the way he feels that he can break down his opponent. Gareth Bale almost getting through. Azpilicueta cutting out at the last minute. Himself a big FIFA player, by the way. Azpilicueta. Pogba losing out on that one, though. 15 minutes to go here of regulation time on the PlayStation. Of course, we'll be going to the Xbox after this one, with Rafsou taking that 3-2 lead with him as away goals.
It's important to remember these 2 players have booked their places in London. Places 31 and 32. One's a PlayStation player, as you can see in the top left of your screen there. Expectsporting. He's the PlayStation player there. And it is Rafsou from Lyon on Xbox. But here comes Rafsou now. Just intercepted there, and I can just see this. I can see there being an equaliser. I can just figure it. I feel like the tables have turned, and the momentum is with.
And this might be it.
Expectsporting there.
Oh, Marcelo. He had to make that tackle because he had a player above.
Oh, this could be a chance.
Cut back. It is a chance. Ronaldo loses out to Ramos. Messi's back there, though. Lacazette waiting, looking in the middle. It goes to Ronaldo. Ronaldo back. He's gone a little too far back to Suarez. Manages to find the pass into Ronaldo. To Lacazette.
Oh, that's a goal.
4-2. Well,
I tell you, that's my favourite goal now.
you park the bus or not, he's still found a way through.
Unbelievable finish there. We can just see on the replay maybe again. I'm sure we'll watch it back at the end of this game, but that was Barcelona-esque. If there was a goal to sum up Barcelona in their prime, that is it. Unbelievable play there. Just a little golazo at the end there from him. Not too much passion because he knows that he's still got a massive job to do, but that advantage is back to 2 goals now.
Well, this game has been just giving and giving and giving. Will we have one more little surprise before the final whistle? A flick through. Rafsou with 4 goals away. Means, of course, Expectsporting has to win minimum 3-0 as we go over to the Xbox. Has he played on the Xbox? Who knows? How much practice has he had? Is he bluffing?
Doesn't want to concede again there. It's going to be interesting to see how he can adapt over on the Xbox side. He needs to go in there fearless because he needs goals. Rafsou's not going to need goals. He's going to be playing on his home console. He's going to be comfortable. He can just relax a little bit because he wants him to come onto him and say, you know what, I need to score the goals. But at the time of 3 minutes to come, if a goal comes back here for Expectsporting, it's going to be big for him. It's going to be huge. But will he get it?
Into Bale again, muscled off it by Valencia. That's 2 or 3 times he's had Bale in that opportunity where he just gets beaten down. Suarez feeds it beautifully. Lacazette looking through the middle. Oh, the cutback was on, but Marcelo just beats him to it.
Modric now, flick on surely. Doesn't want to go too far. Referee, you going to blow up or one more attack? And there we go. First game, 4-2 to Olympic Lyon Rafsou on his away console. That's a big result, Lee.
Massive, massive result on the away console. Pressure, of course, now he's going to be playing with his legends. What he's used to. Going onto the PlayStation, onto the Xbox, sorry, what he's used to. Here's the goals, of course, that came early. That was the penalty, a fantastic penalty from Suarez into the roof of the net.
That was how
such power
started for him. I don't know what happened there, Dan. Even maybe just didn't flick up the stick, the right analog to make the save there. And well, even a little bit worse for him. Went 2-0 up originally with Neymar there, and it was nearly the perfect start until a goal did come back.
Yeah, Expectsporting finally woke up, realised, hang on a minute, we need to get some goals.
1-2-6-2.
I still think he got a little lucky, actually. It kind of bundled back to him a little. Very lucky to get the ball back to him. Found it took too many touches. This was beautiful. Look at that, inside, outside. Deserved the penalty, no doubt about it. Did everything. Ramos just
post penalty as well. Up it came, straight into the right bottom corner. And
tricky penalty, you can sometimes push it too far there and put it wide.
Risky. And then this came through from nowhere. Ronaldo there, superb turn and just found that extra man out wide.
You thought he maybe took too many,
thought he was going to shoot
too many
skill
skill moves there maybe, but made the slot available. And a little slide in there. But wow, what a great goal.
You're thinking 3-2, but this is my favourite goal. Watch this. Unbelievable play. You knew where every single player was going to be at each time. And Lacazette ran away and made it a 2-goal advantage going into this Xbox side now. What a first leg that is. And on the away console, that shows character. That's the first game that Expectsporting has lost today.
Brilliant finish in. Of course, now you can see they've crossed the studio over to the Xbox. So now we are on to Legends.
Yes.
Brandon, let's talk about the Legends, because obviously this is a big part of the game. We're going to be moving into FIFA 18 soon, where the icons or Legends will be available across all the consoles. But this year and the last few years, it's only been available on Xbox, and we're talking about the likes of Ruud Gullit, Patrick Vieira in there, Pele.
Players in their prime.
Players in their prime from yonder year, I think.
The golden day.
The golden era. I don't know. I don't know whether you could call it the golden era, because you could argue Messi, Ronaldo is a golden era in its own. But basically players that are no longer in the game, retired years ago, and absolutely were at the top of their game. Obviously, we're looking at
you want to
the
be
new icons are like Maradona will be coming in. Exciting stuff.
Again, I've seen some of them players announced. Henry will be in there as well, and there's a big list of them slowly being introduced. But the R9 Ronaldo will be in there, and what card he will be as well. 94, I believe his original one is, and I think there's even a better one you can get.
Yeah, the triple cards, but
yeah.
We're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's talk about, I wonder what he's going to be using. Actually, can we have a view of his screen? I don't know whether we can see him yet. He's not in there quite yet. Going to be interested to see where the man from Bromby decides to go. Does he, I mean, he doesn't need to go with Legends. He could just stick with the exact team he
I think
uses.
that's what I've seen from some PlayStation players. They
Yeah.
got over to the Xbox side and they thought, you know
I
what?
think Pistole did it. He kept with Nangolan and etc. He just kept with his same team.
I think he was.
I mean, Nangolan's his favourite player of all time anyway, so...
I think it was pretty simple. He was like, I don't need to change anything. It's working for me. But the players you're going to expect to see, Hullet, he's pretty much in everyone's team. Rio Ferdinand at the back. Again, Blanc, sometimes we might see him. Pele will either be on that
maybe
bench or starting.
Michael.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Kes
or
Brown did
Pele tends to rotate in as well now and again. But yeah, obviously Patrick Vieira as well. Here is, I believe, Rafsou's team. And you can see all those golden cards that are in there. They're all, I guess you could argue, white cards. Bright yellow.
Special cards.
Yeah, special cards either way are the Legends. But he just readied himself up instantly, so he's good to go. Of course he would be. This is his home turf. He's 4-2 up.
It'll be interesting to see, you know, the team that Expectsporting is going to bring. Because you know, it was a very strong outfit from Rafsou, and it was he's kind of, I think he pretty much played the same team, but just without the Legends. He found a few alternatives. I don't know if Nine Guy may have been on the bench on that one. I don't think he was involved in the heart of it, but just try and get a little look at the man playing on his away consoles team. I think that's, we can see Rafsou there. That's a 4-3-3 across the park there, and that may be changed narrowly. So I will be able to see it now then, just on the corner of our screen there.
Boom, Hullet, Vieira, LeBlanc, and that's about it. Yep. So sticking with the standard three up front. I guess he's probably got Pele on the bench, something like that.
So 4-3-3 there, and he's gone for Blanc. Interesting.
Keep saying LeBlanc. Damn it, Laurent Blanc. That's the word, that's the name I'm after. Anyone out there that knows me from various other games will be aware of where I'm pulling that name from. Laurent Blanc, the legend, the French legend.
And as you can see in the top of your screen there, 4-2. The score was over on the PlayStation side. I think there's a Rafsou going over to Expectsporting's console. Now it's, you know, time to come over to my park and see what you can do. But it's not going to be an easy ride for him. He needs goals. The Scandinavian, you can see at the top left of your screen. He needs 2 goals ASAP, or 3 you could say. The away goal rule is something that does actually come into play here.
I can't remember him using Boateng on the PlayStation. Yeah, he's using it on here. Maybe I missed that. I swear it was David Luiz in there, but Boateng at the back for Rafsou. Here we go, though, ladies and gentlemen. His second leg underway. A 4-2 aggregate scoreline in favour of Rafsou. That's 4 away goals. Away goals. So Expectsporting has to win by 3-0 to get victory here. Or, of course, take it 4-2 and go to golden goal. Who knows?
Here comes Messi now, trying to just drop the shoulders. This attack is still in full force. So Neymar into Messi. Maybe play that one all the way across the box if he can. I think Messi's still just going to latch onto that one. Pull it. Neymar now. Just going to maybe cross that one. He's not doesn't need to. The crossing isn't really a technique that many players will use unless Ronaldo or a big Zlatan Ibrahimovic is in there, which not a lot of players do use. But if Rafsou gets the first goal, this is going to be perfect for him. He's going to be 3 goals up originally, or more. And, you know, Expectsporting is going to need 4 goals. 4 goals on aggregate, really. To, or 4 more goals, sorry, to make the aggregate scoreline, sorry. Work in his favour with the away goals.
He needs a lot of goals.
Yeah,
he needs to get scoring, is what we're saying. In short, he needs to score some goals, and he needs to score them soon to give himself that bit of boost of confidence. And of course, Expectsporting represented Bromby. Did very well to reach here. And as you said before, hadn't been beaten until this grand final stage. His first loss, will it be 2 or will he be able to come back? Remember, he did score 5 goals in that game. First leg against Aga. So he's totally capable of it, even against defensive masterminds like August Rossemeyer.
I said Rafsou was a player to watch out for. I thought, you know, he did go under
the radar,
yeah,
very
under the radar a little
yeah.
bit, but he's a dangerous player. There's a chance there early on. That was just a shot blocked.
Well, if you think of his group situation, I think he'd lost his first 2 games in the groups, and then he came back. Remember, he had to beat Pocha. I'm going to go back to that in a moment because Suarez with a big chance here. Tries to cut inside, back to Messi, tried to flick back to Suarez and gets cut out. But going back to the group stage, Remember going into that final game?
This could be a chance now. Ronaldo, surely. Finesse. This has got to be a goal. Oh, he's panicked there. On the rebound. Fit it in. No, he can't. Back inside.
Surely.
Messi! There we go. A big goal.
I tell you what, if that had not have gone in, I think that would have been all over curtains. Expectsporting would have just crumbled mentally, but that was a good comeback. Kept his calm, kept his cool. Yeah, very well recovered. It does put the aggregate scoreline to 4-3. We're 1-0 in this matchup, so it gives him a big chance now. But going back to that group stage, talking about Rafsou, going under the radar. Remember, he had to beat Poacher coming into that final game. Poacher was on 9 points, he was on 6. He had to beat him by a decent scoreline. 4-0 was the scoreline there. So rough flying under the radar, but yeah, absolutely dominant towards the end of his group stage, and maybe showing why he's in this situation already. But Expectsporting, game on.
Game on, indeed. I think it was the semi.
Surely, surely, has to be. Oh, not again!
Now rebound, surely, Suarez! There we go!
Well, 2 one-on-ones. He's gone straight into De Gea and gets a lucky rebound again.
Keeper there, he's just parried it on 2 occasions, and right place, right time. When you got players that can score goals or have the stats to do, they're going to be in the right positions. They're going to make the intelligent runs that the AIs can do off the ball. And now, okay, we may be all square there, but on aggregate still, or away goals, Rafsou is still in the lead, or has the advantage, sorry.
How weird is this, though? On the away console, once again, the away player goes 2-0 up. It's just as it was for Rafsou.
And
what
now,
a turnaround.
the complexion's completely changed. His mindset's going to be saying, like, why can't I perform my own console now? I've just gone to his console and performed. Now I'm 2-0 down, and, okay, I've got the advantage on away goals, but he's going to be feeling confident. And if he gets another goal, he's going to be in front, and it's going to be my turn to get a goal back.
Maybe it's just, I know, mentally they relax a little bit because on their own console, and focus goes, and hyper-focus when you're on the opposition, who knows? I'm sure there's some sort of sports psychologist out there that has a better answer than we can offer. As it stands, we're seeing Rafsou are finally getting a little bit of composure here. Great slide ball there. David Luiz playing it back to De Gea. And in the end, it's going right back up the other end. That's a great ball to set Ronaldo free. Looking at Messi in the middle, squares it down. Suarez tries to make the run through, finds Ronaldo. Back into Boateng. Saves the day, because that would have been certainly 3-0.
You can see the confidence difference already. You can see how much more confident he is in the attack now. How much he can just maybe create a chance now. He's confident when he keeps possession. But Rafsou, a goal is huge for him. The best players can come back when their back is against the wall, when they're under the cosh, you could say. A goal for him would put it all back into perspective for him. No, he'd have the away goal and he would have a goal advantage. Here comes.
He's got a good chance. Ronaldo, look at that, the little shrug. Oh, it wasn't quite enough. The support David Luiz had to come.
And here's Expectsporting's effort now. Oh, lovely from Ronaldo. Scoop turn all the way through. Surely, Messi, low driven if he can. Second time of it's the perfect turnaround. 5-4 now on aggregate.
Well, well, well.
Who would have thought this? Who would have written this in the script?
Nobody had this down after that first game, but you never write people off. We learned it in Berlin. Think of the finals, how it played out between Eggshells and Rocky. And now we're in a similar situation, aren't we? 5-4 to Expectsporting. And now, forget the aggregate, he has the goal lead. It's as simple as that. But he's even close to getting the aggregate away goals as well. Just one more and he'll put him in there. Neymar looking to cut in. Rafsou still just needs to score one goal and he'll take the victory. Now Ronaldo has to lay it off. Oh, one too many touches. And you saw Expectsporting's little fist bump to himself there when he defended that play. He knew how close that was to a goal.
Just, I think he's where he's panicking now. He knows that he's down. He's one chasing the lead now. He's thinking, how have I got into this situation? I had a 2-goal advantage coming into this game, but face the facts, I've conceded 3 goals in this opening half on my home console.
Rafsou has got a face of thunder right now. He's having an argument in his own mind. You see him, just the expressions that come out every time he loses the ball or something goes wrong. He's kind of mentally ticking himself off. He needs to just relax and remember how it went for him on the away console. Neymar got to look for the perfect cutback here, but he can't get past Pogba. In the end, Pogba goes down, and it's actually a foul given to Expectsporting.
It's coming to half-time now with that advantage at 5-4. I don't think you need to change anything. if you're Expectsporting. You're doing well, you're 3-0 up. You've got the advantage if you're Rafsou. Maybe go a little bit more attacking just for maybe 10-15 minutes. See what you can do. Maybe just either just change a few things, change the formation, or just simple as you like, move along on your D-pad and go attacking.
Suarez through to Ronaldo. Maybe the return ball, tries a bit of fancy footwork and went for the range shot in the end. Maybe that's what we're starting to see from Rafsou. Man, to start to see, you know what, I need to just start taking some chances.
Have a shot, you never know if you don't shoot at all. These players can score from distance, we've seen it, and there's the half-time whistle. Score 3-0 in this game, but overall 5-4.
6 shots to 1, and honestly, it shows. This was, I mean, twice we had this. A great shot, a great save, and a hit. Obviously, the rebound falls kindly. It was well worked, the rebound. Ronaldo lays it back to Messi, yeah.
That way it 1-0.
But this one, you're thinking, is he really going to mess this up again?
You're thinking that finesse any other day, but you just panic with the B, and next thing you know, he did get a little bit lucky. Right time, right place for Luis Suarez.
It's interesting that he's using Fairman in goal as well.
Mate, again,
I think the only one that's been using it today, but
he must enjoy that card. He must play with that every weekend. And this is when it got worse. And this was to make it 3-0 in the end. Messi there, got a little bit fortunate there, but that's what Messi can do in those areas. If he gets a chance, he's not going to be missing it.
Yeah, Boateng tried to get the leg in, didn't quite work out for him. Snatched at it, but here we go. Second half of the second leg. Expectsporting leads 3-0 in the game, 5-4 on aggregate. It has been a high-scoring grand finals here in London. Both of these players already qualified for the FIFA Interactive World Cup. This is playing for pride, playing for money. $10,000 to the winner here. So certainly quite a bit up for grabs.
To play for.
Yeah. I think I'd be happy with that. You'd be happy? I think I would be.
Not too bad at all. And remember that we're back in 2 weeks for the big grand final, 16th to 18th of August. Put that one in your diary for the biggest FIFA eSports event to date. $200,000 for the first place prize. 32 players taking part in that one as well, I believe, isn't it? It's going to be a big, big tournament, the finale of FIFA 17. 32 of the best players around the world. Some represent clubs, some represent just themselves, some esports organisations, and it's going to be a very exciting competition, and I can't even call a winner on that one yet.
I'm surprised if anyone's going there that's no longer represented. I'm pretty sure most of them again.
Most are. I think there may be 4 players in there that
max, yeah, maybe some from
the rest of the world
qualifies, perhaps, yeah. We'll find out. And that's a great ball through. Big chance for Hullet. It's fell kindly. Tries to lay it back to Suarez. Oh, the keeper comes out. Fairman off his line. It rebounds in the end. And Hullet scores. It's 4-0, which will make it 6-4 on aggregate. Expectsporting can't believe his look there. And Rafsou just looks devastated.
You have to say that. How did that ball not go in at first? It was just pinball, back and forth,
First, second, third, fourth. I don't know how many tries it went in.
And then in the end, he did get it in. And I think Expectsporting was just laughing there. He's like, what's going on here? I'm on an away console now. Yeah. I'm 4-0 up. This is like PSG Agger again in that huge game when he won 5-0. But was he 4-0 up here? And he's fearless. This is the player that we know. But he's doing it on the Xbox side of things with the legends as well.
In the end, big rude Hullet slots it home. Well, Rafsou, the situation he's in is he needs 2 goals. And we'd be going goal and goal. This is something I never expected to be saying at the end of the first match on the PlayStation. What a turnaround this has been. 6-4 on aggregate now. And Rafsou, even if he were to get 2, we'd be tied on away goals, which means we would go to that golden goal period. And the way that works is it would be going back to the PlayStation, I believe, and we would be playing 90 minutes plus extra time till somebody scores.
And full fitness for these players. Here's a chance for Suarez! Huge save there. That could have been worse.
The flick on header here could certainly settle it. He's going to go short. He's going to play it short, try and dribble it through. Kyle Walker, nice little back heel. Bale has to cut it across. David Luiz was there. And it's fell to him. It's 5-0. What an incredible game from Expectsporting.
This is an unbelievable turnaround. 5-0. This is what he can do. We said what happened to him last game. He's back now. That's safe to say. But more importantly, 7-4 on aggregate up now. Surely that's this game concluded.
We talked about that semi-final against Aga. We knew he could score goals. And by God, has he turned up. Marcuso, Expectsporting, representing Bromby. Not one of the teams you would expect to see in the FIFA Club World Championships, but here he is in the interactive form, Bromby could be picking up their first major digital piece of hardware.
Yeah. No, you know, Scandinavia, what a superb list of players they have got in there.
Denmark's been one of those nations that have supported
Yeah.
esports for a very long time. A very long time, down to the old Roskilde Ravens and Copenhagen Wolves, etc. The teams really have got behind it. The government itself in Denmark has got behind it, and I think we're seeing a little bit of payback, I think, here, yeah, with a fantastic performance from Expectsporting.
He could go the whole way, you know. I'm not saying he's going to be my favourite, but Abasha, he went there. He won the last year.
We should point out, not many PlayStation players come in and win.
That's true.
Not many PlayStation players come onto the Xbox and do this. This is an exceptional performance. Rafsou right now is looking for some pride, just to get something back here, because he is being dominated, and that's a great through ball. Ferdinand muscling Ronaldo off the ball. He had to. Can we see some play? And don't forget, Expectsporting someone that's used to playing park the bus. He might switch to that now.
The interesting thing about him is, Lee, when he's losing, he still goes defensive, because he likes to play that kind of counter-attacking style. He likes to invite the pressure on, then go and attack, go and counter-attack. But right now, he's in cruise control. He's got a 3-goal advantage. He's 5-0 up in this one, but overall, 7-4 up on aggregate. I think this is one of the highest scoring finals I've seen for a long time.
Yeah, definitely. No doubt about that. Solid stuff. Something we expected to see maybe from Grilla versus Pistore. Principe, sorry, I should say. Pistore is a player. It is Paris Saint-Germain. Oh, Hullet with a brilliant tackle. Oh, I thought he took that perfectly. I swear he got the ball, ref. I swear. Okay, here's a chance. Going to pass it off short, go off to the right. There goes Suarez. That's who he's going to be aiming for. He's gone a little too far.
I think that's just summed up how his day's gone in this second leg. If you can't pull out a 6-yard pass, it's not going to be your day, unfortunately. It's just aggression there now. Hullet's going to go into the book. He's not happy. He's 3 goals down in aggregate. And unfortunately, for me, from that first leg, I was thinking 4-2 he's won. Do you know what? He can go the full way here, but credit where credit is due for Expectsporting. Marcuso from Denmark. He's come out the blocks and he's put on an absolute show.
I think he's maybe even surprised himself a little bit. Obviously, he's seen some of the goals, especially the Hullet goal. You can see a rueful smile and, oh my God, that went in. I can't believe this happening for me. The chances are working for him right now. Sometimes you've just got to be clinical and it works out for you. Sometimes you just get a little bit of luck. Martial.
First time we've seen him in use, really.
Yeah, and he's going to settle the goal here. Suarez turns it, shoots, goal! 6-0. This is starting to get a little bit embarrassing, and you can see not even a really celebration from Expectsporting there. He's just thinking, he's a little shy. 8-4 on aggregate, and absolute devastation on the face of Rafsou.
8-4. Crazy final scoreline. 12 goals over the course of these 2 legs. And to be honest, there's no reason why there can't be a few more.
It's safe to say both these players have scored a lot of goals coming through to this situation. Think of Rafsou in the semi-finals. Had to come back. I think it was 5-4 in aggregate, wasn't it, in the end? From 4-1 down, we ended up going 4-2, I believe. Something like that.
It was a crazy game. He won 5-4.
That's it, yeah.
Against Finch, that was the game. So he can come back, but not on this occasion. Not on this occasion, unfortunately.
Yeah, 5 minutes to go. He needs 4 goals. Actually, he needs 5 goals.
Oh, he does, yeah.
Yes. So sadly, for Rafsou, it has not been a pleasing Xbox final, which is so strange. It's so strange. How does this work? Some sports psychologists, get on the phone, please. I want to know what's going on here. How do you lose on your home console so badly? Both players, 4-2 and 6-0.
Crazy. But this could be a consolation to say, well done, you're in London for that grand final. Ball across the box. Anyone there? Off the post, and there's Ronaldo. There's just the goal for you.
Almost sums it up there.
If you missed that off the post, that would have summed up the game. I think what Rafsou can take from this is,
okay. He came off to Hayer's butt as well, going in the goal there.
Rafsou came here. The main objective was to get to that grand final in London. He's done that. I know he's going to be a little bit unfortunate. He hasn't, maximised his prize pot winning of $10,000, but he's still walking away with 5,000, and he's still in the grand final in London. He's part of the 32 best players in the world.
Well, sometimes they say you don't learn anything from winning, but you learn a lot from losing. Maybe he's got to take that experience with him into 2 weeks' time On the 16th of August, you can join us in London for the big grand finals. 3 days of epic FIFA action. Are we going to see another? Are we going to see another little surprise? Messi.
Oh, hello, Messi. Marcelo, don't have a shot. Now he's not going to go for the fake shot. The Showdown's coming out. We're seeing a bit of a... And there's added time of 3 minutes, seconds now, and there you go. There's your FIFA Interactive Club World Cup champion. Expectsporting, Mark Kuso from Denmark. He's in London, but more importantly, he's won a bit of prize money too.
He's won a prize money. Aga in the background. Fellow Dane, of course, celebrating with him. Brilliant stuff, brilliant stuff. So many goals to show you. Let's get the highlight package reeling already, because we're going to be here all night. It's 6-1, ladies and gentlemen. It ended in the second leg.
13 goals in
4-2
total.
in the first game. Yeah, crazy, crazy stuff. And Marcuso in the end, or Expectsporting, whatever you prefer, from Bromby, dominating in the end.
It was it was like a non-stop, this guy at the beginning.
It's
Yes,
so
the keeper
strange
saved
as
it,
well,
but-
because you think how well Rafsou played defensively in the first game, and you see those first 2 goals there, just straight, clean passes, breaking the mid-defence completely.
Bit of defence there. He's pulled out with the 2
And again-
centre-halves, and there you go. You're going to get caught when you do that. And next thing you know, the goal started flying, and that was 3-0. And at that point, you're thinking, what a turnaround! What a turnaround that was! You got to think this is going to be one-way traffic, and it was one-way traffic. As you can see here, Hullet there.
This is the bundle.
Somehow this just went in the end. I think it was just a smash and grab effort, and it was Hullet again in the end.
Third chance, third try lucky. And that made it 4-0, and suddenly you were thinking, oh, hello, are we going to get anything coming back from Rafsou? But no. Gareth Bale cuts it across. David Luiz
I thought
nearly
David
got
Luiz
it
had
there.
that one there.
And then Bale in the end took it away himself.
That made it 5-0. And it got worse to 6-0. As you can see, Martial was involved in this attack. Nice substitute to see him involved, sorry. Suarez, that's unbelievable fee. And that made it 6-0. And it was 12 goals, 8-4 in aggregate, that one made it.
Got to feel the keeper should have had it there. So Fairman on there.
And then this nearly didn't
Inside
go in
post.
the end.
Yeah.
All the way back
Nearly.
to Ronaldo, off the post. Then it went in the end, and it was a 8-5 on aggregate. And what a final now. Let's head over to those winners now with Lauren Spencer.
Thank you very much, guys. Now, after a very long day and some extremely competitive matches, we finally have our winner. First of all, I mean, Sporty, do you think you might be playing on the wrong console?
Well, I'm very good at Xbox, and actually, my brother,
It's all right. Take your time. You've just won, so it's fine.
I use my brother's Xbox.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. It was the biggest score difference that we've seen all day.
Against August Rosma, I also scored 5 goals very quick, and they told me just keep going, keep going, keep going, and that's what I did.
Yeah. Now, Rafsou, you are runner-up, but you are both in the World Cup final. You both make it there. What does that mean to you?
I'm happy to go to London for the FIWC. Now I'm not that confident because of the last match. The game wasn't with me at all, so I couldn't do anything. And thankfully, I have how can I say? I can go to London.
Yeah, absolutely. You've made it there. And not only will you make it to London, you also get a rather large cheque. So let's bring you your one in first. Congratulations, Rafsou. This is $5,000 just for you. Well done. Congratulations. And to our winner, a slightly bigger cheque of $10,000. Congratulations
Well
to
done.
you as well. Spencer, do you have anything to say?
Fantastic performance from both of you. I thought it was a tale of 2 halves, or 2 legs, really, in the final, wasn't it? Did you change anything between the first and second leg? Because it was a completely different performance from you.
No, I played my playstyle like I did all the day. So no, the diamond and just direct.
What was the difference then between the 2 legs for you? Why was it not going to plan in the first leg and then everything was going in the second leg?
Well, actually, I have no idea. I have no idea.
There's an element of luck, I think, because you often get those sort of rebound chances in FIFA, but every single one you had, even when the shots weren't going in, it was falling to someone. So it felt like maybe you had all the luck in one game, and in the first game you had some luck against you. But overall, obviously, was it 8 goals in total you scored over the 2 games? So very impressive. So how do you feel now, obviously, with the cheque in your hands? Are we going to see these sort of goals and these sort of performances in London?
I hope so, but I came to get to a FIWC, so this is just a bonus.
Congratulations, you've done very well. And Rafsou, commiserations to you. Fantastic performance throughout the day, and we'll see you in London as well.
Yeah, we absolutely will. Now, the road to London is complete, and you can expect scenes a little bit like this. There you go. As we said, our final 2 places for the FIFA Interactive World Cup are now complete, the top 32. Just a reminder that over 7 million people entered that competition, Spencer. And now we're down to the final 32. It's